Good morning, students. So, in this lecture, we will discuss the chordata phylum in details, and we are starting with the Amphibia kingdom. So, these Amphibia or Amphibians are the organisms which are found in both type of habitats. That is, they are found in either in aquatic, that is in water, or on soil, that is on terrestrial habitat. These organisms belonging to Amphibian kingdom, they contains two pairs of limbs which helps them in locomotion. And the organism belonging to this Amphibian kingdom, that is Amphibians, usually known as, they have their body divided into two parts, that is head and trunk. Further, the organism which belongs to this kingdom, some of these organisms may contain the tail. Usually these organisms, they have moist skin and their eyes are covered with eyelids. So eyes are covered with eyelids. Further, in these organisms, the ears are present in the form of tympanum membrane. So they do not have well-developed ears, that is complete ears, but their ears are present in the form of tympanum. Now, in case of amphibians, their alimentary canal, that is digestive system, their urinary tract, and their reproductive tract, all these opens in a common chamber, and that chamber is known as cloaca. Further, these organisms belonging to this kingdom, they can respire either through gills. If they are present in water, they will respire through gills. And if they are present on terrestrial sites, that is on soil, then they respire through lungs. Even some organisms, they can respire through skin. So respiration in these organisms occurs either through gills, through lungs, or skin. Usually these organisms are cold-blooded animals and they have three-chambered heart with one auricle and two ventricles. The examples of the organisms belonging to this kingdom includes buffo, hyla, that is commonly known as tree frog, rena, that is our common frog, and salamanders. So the general characteristics of this kingdom includes that they can be either aquatic or terrestrial. They contain two pairs of limbs for locomotion. Their body divided into head and trunk, and they contain tails. The skin is moist and eyes are covered with eyelids. Ears are present in the form of tympanum membrane. Further, alimentary canal, urinary tract, and reproductive tract opens in a common chamber, that is known as cloaca. They respire either through lungs, through skin, or through gills. And they have three-chambered heart, that is one auricle and two ventricles, and they are usually cold-blooded animals. Examples include buffo, hyla, tree frog, that is rena, common frog, and salamanders. Now we will discuss the next subphylum, that is reptilia. So first we are going to discuss the general characteristics of this reptilian subphylum. So the organism which belongs to this reptilia kingdom, they usually show the creeping or crawling locomotion. So they show the creeping or crawling locomotion. That is, they crawl to move from one place to another place. Secondly, usually these organisms, they are found in soil, they are found on land, so they have terrestrial habitat. Further, in case of the organism belonging to reptilia subphylum, their body is covered with dry and cornified skin. So body is covered with the dry and cornified skin, and they contain some epidermal scales or scutes on their body. So the organism belonging to reptilia phylum, that is reptiles, they contain epidermal scales or scutes on their body. Now, in these organisms also, the ears are present in the form of tympanum membrane. So they do not have well developed or well organized ears, but the ears are simply present in the form of a membrane that is known as tympanum. And the organism belonging to reptilia kingdom, they have three-chambered heart. The exception is only the crocodile, which contains four-chambered heart. So all reptilians contains three-chambered heart except the crocodile. In case of crocodile, it contains four-chambered heart with two auricles and two ventricles. And rest of all reptilia or reptilians, or reptiles, they contains only three-chambered heart. Now, there are certain reptiles which shed or remove of their skin at some stage of their life. So there are certain reptiles which also removes or shed off their skin at some stage of their life, and such organisms are snake and lizard. This snake and lizard, they remove their older skin and develops the new skin in place of that. Further, these organisms belonging to this kingdom, they have separate sexes, means separate male and female organisms. They have internal fertilization with internal development, that is zygote, development of zygote into embryo occurs in the body of female, and they are usually oviparous. Further, the organism that is oviparous means they are egg-laying organisms. The examples include the chilo, that is known as commonly turtles, the testudo, which is commonly known as the tortoises, the chameleon, which is commonly known as the tree lizard, the calotus, that is known as garden lizard, the crocodilus, that is crocodile itself, the alligators, next is naza, which is the cobra, and vipera, that is viper snakes. So all these are the examples of the kingdom belonging to the reptiles or reptilians. So their main characteristics, that is locomotion, जो ये कैरी आउट करते हैं बेटा, ये क्रीपिंग और क्राउलिंग मूवमेंट के थ्रू कैरी आउट करेंगे. यूजुअली ये टेरेस्ट्रियल होते हैं, यानी कि सोयल या लैंड में मिलते हैं हमें, ठीक है. इनकी जो बॉडी है वो ड्राई और कॉर्निफाइड स्किन से कवर्ड होती है. उसके अलावा इनकी बॉडी के ऊपर कुछ एपिडर्मल स्केल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं. फर्दर इनके पास वेल डेवलप्ड ईयर्स ना होके ईयर्स एक मेम्ब्रेन की फॉर्म में प्रेजेंट, उस मेम्ब्रेन को हम नाम देते हैं टिम्पैनम. हार्ट इनके अंदर यूजुअली थ्री चैम्बर्ड है, एक ऑरिकल दो वेंट्रिकल्स है. और क्रोकोडाइल एक एक्सेप्शन है जिसके अंदर फोर चैम्बर्ड हार्ट प्रेजेंट होता है विद टू ऑरिकल्स एंड टू वेंट्रिकल्स. कुछ ऑर्गेनिज्म ऐसे हैं जो अपनी स्किन को अपनी लाइफ की किसी स्टेज में रिमूव करते हैं, उसकी जगह न्यू स्किन डेवलप होती है. ऐसे जो ऑर्गेनिज्म है दैट इज स्नेक और लिजर्ड हो गए हमारे. इन ऑर्गेनिज्म के अंदर जो सेक्सेस वो सेपरेट, यानी कि मेल और फीमेल जो पेरेंट होते हैं वो सेपरेट होते हैं. इंटरनल फर्टिलाइजेशन कैरी आउट करते हैं, ये एक्सटर्नल डेवलपमेंट है. और ओविपेरस ऑर्गेनिज्म यानी कि एग लेइंग ऑर्गेनिज्म. एग्जांपल जैसे टर्टल्स हो गए, टॉर्टोइसेस हो गए, ट्री लिजर्ड हो गया, गार्डन लिजर्ड हो गया, क्रोकोडाइल हो गया, ठीक है. क्रोकोडाइल के अलावा एलिगेटर्स हो गए, स्नेक्स हो गए, हमारे वाइपर स्नेक्स हो गए. ये सारे एग्जांपल है किसके, रेप्टिलिया किंगडम के, इनकी सारे रेप्टाइल्स. अब हमारे नेक्स्ट किंगडम डिस्कस करेंगे दैट इज एव्स. So these aves, they are also known as birds. Usually they includes the birds in this kingdom, and these birds, they are characterized by the presence of feathers, and these feathers, they help them in flying. So aves usually known as birds, and these birds are characterized by the presence of feathers which helps in flying. These birds, they also contains beak, and they contains beak. Further, the forelimbs in case of birds or aves, they are modified to form wings. So forelimbs gets modified to form wings, whereas the hind limbs have scales on them, and they are modified for the walking purpose, for running purpose, and for swimming purpose. So forelimbs are modified to wings, whereas hind limbs containing scales on them, and they modify for the running, walking, or for swimming purpose. Further, they contains dry skin usually, which do not contain the gland. The birds, they contains dry skin which do not contain gland. But section is tail. The tail region contains some oil glands in them. And these birds, they respire with the help of lungs. So respiration occurs through lungs, and their skeleton, that is body skeleton, is made up of bones. So they have bony endoskeleton, and their bones are very long or large in size, and they are hollow from inner side. So they form some cavities, that is air cavities are present inside bones, and these air cavities are known as pneumatics. Further, their digestive tract have some additional chambers into it, such as the crow and gizzard. So gizzard and crow are the chambers which are additional chambers present in the digestive tract of birds. These birds, they have 4-chambered heart with 2 auricles and 2 ventricles, and usually they are warm-blooded animals, and they can maintain the constant body temperature. Further, the example includes the carvus, that is commonly known as crow, the columba, commonly known as pigeon, the pawa, commonly known as peacock, and neophron, commonly known as vultures, and nearly all birds are included in this kingdom. Now, we'll discuss the last phylum of this chapter, that is Mammalia subphyla. So, in case of Mammalia kingdom, the organisms belonging to Mammalia kingdom, they are found in a variety of habitat. Variety of habitat means they are found in deserts, they are found in burrows, they are found in grasslands, they are found in hot and cold climates. So, these organisms belonging to Mammalia kingdom, they are found in different types of habitats for which they are adapted. Secondly, there are certain organisms belonging to Mammalia kingdom which are aquatic, that is they are found in water bodies, and there are certain organisms which are also adapted for flying purpose. Now, the most important characteristic of the organism belonging to this Mammalia kingdom is the presence of mammary gland. So, this mammary gland is responsible for the milk production in mammals, and that's why these organisms have the infant care, that is child care. So, these organisms, they are responsible for feeding milk to their newborns, that is child care. They contain 2 pairs of limbs which helps in the locomotion for running purpose, for walking purpose, for swimming purpose, for flying purpose, and all these. And the skin contains hairs on it. So, the skin contains hairs on it. With these hairs, basically prevents the entry of pathogens into the body of mammals. Now, they contain external ear, and that external ear is known as pinna, or in plural it is known as pinnae. Further, they also contains the different types of teeth, such as canines and all that. Different types of teeth are found in these organisms, and heart is 4-chambered with 2 auricles and 2 ventricles. Usually, these organisms are warm-blooded, and they maintain a constant body temperature. And these organisms belonging to the Mammalia kingdom, they respire with the help of lungs. So respiration occurs with the help of lungs, and they have separate sexes, that is male and female organisms are separate. Their male parent have the male reproductive system, female parent have the female reproductive system, and they usually, the fertilization is internal fertilization with internal development of embryo into zygote. So these are the general characteristics of Mammalia kingdom. The examples of this kingdom includes the platypus, Catopus, Camelus, that is commonly known as our camel, Macaca, commonly known as monkey, Ratus, that is commonly known as rats or mice and all that, Canis, that is commonly known as dogs, Felis, commonly known as cats, Elephas, that is commonly known as elephants, Equus, that is commonly known as horse, Panthera tigris, which are also known as tigers, and Panthera leo, that also known as the lion. So these are the examples of this kingdom, and these are the characteristics of the organism belonging to the Mammalia kingdom. Thank you, students.